draw one big rainbow as we exhale all the way back to reverse warrior. Relax here, inhale, and with each breath really feel settling into the pose, bringing air for now into this right side of the body. Exhale down. On the next inhale, we'll lift up to come back to warrior two. Exhale, settle here. On the next inhale, we'll take our right arm, press it onto your right leg, and circle the left arm all the way through here. Now feel energy from the left fingers to your left foot. Really stretch. If you can see me, there's one nice long line from toe to finger. If you wish, you're more than welcome to put your hand on the side here to deepen the stretch, but this is also perfectly fine, resting on the knee. From here on the next inhale, we'll come back up to warrior two, and again, settle. We're going to straighten our right leg. We can bring our back leg in just a little, and we're going to press our left hip back as we reach the right arm forward. Only when we reach as far as we can do we turn our body into Trikonasana, triangle pose. Our focus is up, our stomach, stay here, is we again feel this book concept. We have a book on each side of us, and we're flat. We feel as if this left hand is pressing against that book in front of us, and we become flat. On the next inhale, we'll come back up and settle into warrior two. From here, we're going to go to the ground. We're going to windmill our hands to each side of the left foot and concentrate on turning the left hip in, so our hips are now parallel, and downward dog. From here, we'll do a vinyasa through chaturanga, and plank, down, and all the way upward dog, and return to downward facing dog. We'll begin the left side now. Inhale, lift the left leg all the way up. Keep the hips parallel. Lift. On the exhale, we'll turn our hip open, keeping our shoulders square to the mat, and bend the left leg. Really feeling the length in the left hip flexor. And we'll re-straighten our leg, return it parallel. Feel our hips facing the mat and feel our shoulders facing the mat. On the next inhale, we'll bend the left leg and bring it all the way through to in between, to a lunge pose, right in between our hands. Don't mind me. From here, we will what? Set up our back foot for warrior one, a nice 45 degrees. And when we're ready, on the next inhale, we will lift all the way up to a really nice lengthened warrior one. Hips facing front, arms lengthened. If you want a little extra, a slight arch back. I always try to look where the ceiling meets the wall. And settle here. Really stretch it, one big deep inhale. And on the next exhale, turn your back foot out and settle down to warrior two. Again, the left leg is pressed back. We really feel those two books on either side of us. Our hips are facing the side of the mat, and our arms are lengthened as we look over the left middle and pointer finger. We continue to breathe. And on the next inhale, we reach the left hand forward. Turn the palm over and begin to exhale as we draw with our body a nice long rainbow into this reverse position. We feel air come up the entire left side of our spine, and we continue to breathe. On the next inhale, we return to warrior two, and we exhale, settle down. On the next inhale, we bring our left elbow to our left knee. The right hand swoops and circles, and we stretch this side angle from the tip of the right fingers all the way to the right foot, which is firmly placed on the mat. And if you see me, we try to create one nice long line, getting as much oxygen as possible in between every joint that's there. From here, we inhale, return to warrior two, let it settle for a second. We straighten our left front leg, Bring the back leg in, walk it in just a little. And we feel the right hip go back as we reverse it with this left arm going forward. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Only when we're here, when we can't stretch anymore, we turn the palm and we flatten ourselves looking up to Trikonasana. We try to keep the weight off of the left hand and left leg. And again, we feel that book, the book in front of us and the book behind us, so we fit right in the shelf in the library. We press our right hand against the wall, the book, whatever's there, to really feel this counterbalance. And on the inhale, we lift up, and we settle back down into Warrior Two. From here, we windmill our hands down on either side of the left foot. We return back to a quick downward dog. Roll forward into plank, lower, and a vinyasa through. Come all the way up, upward dog, and downward facing dog. From here, we'll look to the front of the mat in the hands. We'll either walk or jump, and release into our forward fold. From here, we'll go through our chair position that we started with in this flow. Inhale and try to really tilt the pelvis, engage the core, look up, and exhale, return it down. Very good. So, and next, our second quick flow that we'll do, we'll hold this position. A nice strong line. We'll bring our right foot back, parallel the ball of the foot. From here, we think of this long line from the top of our head all the way down to our foot. We're going to do a nice Warrior Three. So from here, we will lengthen. And we try to keep this angle like a pendulum. And we'll push, lengthen ourselves to go forward. You can either hold it here, or you can continue to go forward, either pointing the foot, flexing the foot, but trying to keep that same angle with the head and the foot. Deep breaths. You're more than welcome to bend the leg a little, to bring the arms out. We'll take a couple more deep breaths. But from here, we're going to slowly work our way down. Slowly, 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 to get the hands onto the floor. If you need blocks, I'm sorry, I should have told you, but to either side. From here, we're going to bend our left leg and bring the right leg down to what will be a parallel high lunge position. From here, we'll inhale up. You can bend the back leg on the ball of the foot. We will exhale and lower down to a nice prayer position. Right knee touching the ground, left knee right on top of the left heel. I will turn, but you don't move. From here, we will twist to our left leg, right elbow on the left knee, palms pushing against each other and looking up to the left. From here, we will straighten our leg and we will breathe. You're more than welcome to keep the knee down. You're more than welcome to straighten your arms, touch the floor if you wish, or you're more than welcome to do what I'm doing and just rest. Keep breathing. Really push against that right arm. From here, we will lower the knee. On the inhale, we'll come back. We'll settle and we'll bring our arms through to, again, this nice Anjaneyasana. Stretch the right hip flexor, lengthen, lengthen. And hands down, back to downward facing dog. And another vinyasa, bring it forward, down. And now pull yourself even more forward as you lengthen up. And exhale, return to downward facing dog. From here, we will jump, walk, or however you wish to get to the front of the mat. And forward fold. And lift both arms up. And back to prayer. We'll repeat the same thing with the left leg back. Left leg back parallel, ball of the foot, straight leg. Really feel the energy from the top of your head all the way down to your toes. We'll continue, we'll hold this line, engage the core, lengthen, and we'll slowly, like a pendulum, start to rock forward. Keeping the hips parallel and keeping the energy from the top of the head all the way down to the feet. You can stay here, you can go further, you can bring your arms forward, which I didn't have much luck doing, but if you do, that's great. And then with control, we will slowly bring our hands down. From here, we will lengthen the back foot to get the ball of the foot to a nice lunge position, to bend the back leg slightly, and lift up to a nice high lunge. Take a breath here. And inhale. On the next exhale, we'll slowly lower down through prayer position, putting the left knee on the ground. You stay here. I'll turn so you can see me. From here, we will twist our body, left elbow against your right knee, and we will straighten the back leg up. Gaze upwards. And most importantly, we will breathe. Any modification is fine. Stay with your knee down, hands, reach. There's a whole list of things, a plethora of poses you can do. Or you can just go into child's and meet us on our next pose. But breathe. Really press your spine open. From here, we will lower our leg down, return to the center, and stretch forward. Look up to, again, a nice Anjaneyasana, really feeling almost this circle of energy, as if we were to grab our feet with our hands. We'll return back, exhale, downward facing dog, and another vinyasa. Reach forward and down. Inhale all the way up, and exhale, downward facing dog. We're going to stay here as I'm going to now go into putting flow, the first flow and the second flow together with some modifications, but now you can just follow along. From here, we'll inhale, lift our right leg up. We'll exhale, bring our leg all the way through. Adjust the back foot for warrior one. And don't mind me, we'll inhale all the way up to warrior one. We'll exhale, turn the back foot and go down to warrior two. Inhale, reach forward, and exhale all the way back. We'll inhale, come all the way up to warrior two. Exhale, settle here. Inhale, right elbow, right leg, side angles. Inhale, stretch. Hold it here. And on the next inhale, we'll come back up to warrior two. And on the exhale, straighten your legs. Walk in a little if you wish. And inhale, left hip back, right arm forward. And exhale, Trikonasana. Press your body. Inhale here. And exhale. On the next inhale, come up. And sink back to warrior two. From here, put the left hand on your left hip. Here's the addition. Reach your hand outside of the right foot and slowly bring your left leg in and come up with the hips facing the side of the mat. If you didn't guess it, we're going to do half moon pose. Reach your left hand up and again feel your body twist. Feel yourself pressing against something. We can either gaze upwards, engaging our core, or continue to face down. Feel the wobbles in the balance. That means we're working. Calming breaths. We'll return two hands down and consciously turn your hips in. Parallel position. You can stay here. If you wish to push yourself, you can try to bring your arms up to a nice warrior three. And replace the hands back to a nice high lunge. Now you guessed it. We lift up on an inhale, and we slowly exhale, knee down. I know I'm facing the back, but I'm sure you got it. We twist left elbow on the right knee, and lengthen the left leg, and look up. Deep breaths. From here, left knee down, and back to the center. One big inhale to feel a nice Anjaneyasana. Feel this length, this nice circle. And from here, come back, into downward facing dog. We'll do a vinyasa. Go forward and down. Lengthen to upward facing dog. And up to downward facing dog. The home stretch, we're there. Left leg up. Inhale all the way up. One movement for the breath. Bend the leg. Exhale. Bring it all the way through in between your hands. Adjust the back foot for warrior one. And inhale all the way up. I'll face this way so you can see a different angle. On the exhale, turn your back foot and lengthen for warrior two. Exhale down. And on the inhale, reach forward. And exhale, stretch all the way back. Reverse warrior. And inhale here. Inhale to come up, rather. And exhale, hold it here. And inhale. Left elbow, left leg. And stretch all the way up. And hold the exhale here. On the next inhale, we'll come up back to warrior two. Inhale. And exhale, straighten. Walk the back foot in a little if you wish. And inhale, right hip back, left hand forward. And exhale, release the Trikonasana. And press your right hand. Take a breath here. Inhale. And exhale. On the next inhale, come all the way up. And exhale, sink back into warrior two. Right hand on the right hip. Left hand down. And bring the leg in. And prepare for what? Half moon. Lift your right hand up. Stay here if you wish. If you wish, put both hands down to balance. Or if you want to challenge yourself, look up. Oh, try not to speak and do it at the same time. You'll fall like me. But really press. Open your hips. Open your spine. Feel how stable we've become in this practice, how strong we truly are. From here, we'll consciously put our hands down, consciously turn our hips to parallel position. We can stay here. If you did it on the other side, I recommend it to go to warrior three. Just for a second. Lower the hands down, reach the foot back for a high lunge, and you guessed it, inhale, come all the way up. And exhale, lower down to prayer position. From here, we will twist to our right elbow to our left knee, and we will straighten our right leg and hold it here. And deep inhale. Really feel the strength, feel the stretch. And from here, knee down, face the middle, and reach forward. One nice big Anjaneyasana, our last hard push of the pose. Exhale, come back, downward facing dog. Now the last vinyasa of the day, make it count, press forward into plank. Lower yourself down, press yourself forward. Deep breath in an upward dog. And lift your tummy and downward facing dog. From here, stretch it out a little. The hard part is over. And now, the difficult part is for us to focus on rest, which many times we forget in our day-to-day life. From here, we'll slowly lower our knees down as we prepare for a nice child's pose. So you stay here in child's pose. I'll face you so you can see me. And we sink down as we begin to force ourselves to rest. From this child's pose, keep your head down, but we'll walk our hands to the right side of the body, really feeling the length in the left spine. And we take a nice deep breath here and settle further into the floor. Don't forget to breathe. And we'll begin to walk back to the center, and we'll continue our journey to the left side, really stretching the right side of the body. Deep breaths here, and settle deep down into the pose. Begin our preparation for the final surrender. And we'll walk our hands back to the center and really take one nice deep breath. Inhale, and a clearing breath. Exhale. Let it all out. From here, we're going to slowly roll up our spine, vertebrae by vertebrae, as we come to Vidrasana, a nice seated pose. We're going to come to sit on the back of our legs as we prepare for some final stretches. So we'll do a half forward fold. I'm going to do it at an angle, but use your mat as you normally would. We're going to start with our right leg and take our right leg in with our right foot a little above the left knee. We're going to stretch towards our left foot. Now as we do this, our hips are not facing the bent leg, but rather they're facing the extended leg. Imagine you're in a car. Your headlights are this way. This is one of those middle lines in the road. Sorry for my lack of what they're called. But from here, what I like to do is we're going to, take an inhale, lengthen the spine up in the seated position. Now keep this relationship as you now walk forward and let each part of your spine off. Let your lower spine there, leave your thoracic spine, and then from here, just lower down and rest. Feel length in the back body, both the back of the leg and also the back of the spine. Deep breath. As we begin our cool down, and again our preparation to surrender our body, to prepare to be reborn. Deep breaths. On an inhale, we'll press our spine through, reversing it completely, and come back up to our nice tall seated position. Open your legs and prepare for the second side. So now we'll bend our left leg. I'll face this way this time so you can maybe see a different angle. The left foot is touching the right leg. And again, we're not facing the bent leg, but we're pulling our right hip back, the extended leg hip back, and our headlights are facing our flexed foot, which is not out, not in, but straight up and down. We lengthen our spine up as if someone's pulling the top of our head with a rope, and we can slowly walk forward. Once we can't keep this relationship anymore, we start to drop off, leave off, one vertebrae at a time. We leave off the lumbar spine, the thoracic spine, and then we slowly round down and stretch our back body. We feel the length in both the back of our right leg and also this back of the spine. As we lengthen and continue to breathe. Deep breaths. I wish I could hear you breathe now. The one thing we all miss about live yoga classes is using other people's breath, hearing the room breathe collectively to always remind you you're not alone and we're in this together. From here, we'll press ourselves forward, trying to recreate that long spine as soon as possible, and then bring it all the way back to a straight up seated position. From here, whichever way you're facing on the mat, as long as you can see me, we'll bring both legs to a parallel position right in front of us. Our headlights forward. Now here we should really be able to feel it, especially with our legs a little looser. We feel this length from the top of our head all the way down to our tailbone. From here, we'll keep this straight, long spine and slowly walk our legs forward. Once we can't go anymore, we'll start to drop off at one vertebrae at a time. We leave off the lumbar spine as we add air into it. And then we leave off the thoracic spine. And then when we can't go anymore, we round ourselves down. Again, here especially, surrendering. Let your muscles stretch, but don't force, don't pull. That's something different. Deep breath. And with each breath, feel the air circling into your spine from your toes going down to your heels, down the back of your legs, up your lumbar spine, thoracic spine, over your shoulders, over your rounded head, creating one long, continuous circle. And feel the breath mimicking this circle as you stretch forward and prepare for our final relaxation. Now from here, reach forward, recreating that long spine and slowly sitting straight up. From here, walk yourself a little forward, so we're going to roll down, so just make sure you have space behind you. We'll do one more time. Lengthen our spine up and walk forward to a nice forward fold. This time maybe you can pull a little more than we did in the past one to really see how far you can go. And then from here we're going to slowly roll down, just like we did in the beginning of the class. Now feel each roll yourself back onto the floor. Your head will be the last thing down. Feel your lower spine start to connect with the floor, and middle, high, and lastly, our head gently touches the floor. Now I'll talk with you through this. So bend both legs up to a parallel position. Bring your feet down. Lift your right leg. Cross it over your left knee as if you're crossing your legs to sit at a chair at the table. And now your right leg will pull your legs down to the left. You can use your hands too as we begin a nice twist of the spine. I like to look to the right, but you're more than welcome to straight up, close your eyes, or whatever feels good for these final moments before the surrender. Breathe. And we'll return the legs up. Lift the right leg to uncross it, right foot down, left leg up, cross it over the right leg, arms out, and then slowly use your left leg to pull your legs to the right. I like to look to the left. You can use your right hand to gently press your leg if you want to feel more of a twist, or just stay where we are and let your body do the work. Here we'll slowly bring our legs back together, lift the left leg, uncross it, roll out a little from side to side, and from here we're going to bring our feet in to a nice ball, and you can lift your head if you wish to exhale. Push all of the air out, push, get it all out, and slowly come to the ground and prepare for our Shavasana. So whatever you have to do, move your arms, move your legs, adjust so that you can sit in this pose for several minutes and relax. As we sit in this pose, we give gratitude for our body, for doing everything it just did, for allowing us to feel this way. And we give it gratitude by letting it rest. We thank our toes and let them rest. We thank our feet. We work our way up and we let our body know it's okay to rest. We thank our calves. We work up the back of the leg, our hips. We feel the energy in our stomach, moving up to our lungs, our spine, up to our heart, our shoulders. We'll go down our arms. We thank our biceps. We thank our elbows. We thank our wrists and the tips of our fingers. We come back up through the arms. We feel energy going up through our spine,